The Acting Up with GTC podcast is a production of the Granbury Theater Company. The Granbury Theater Company is a 501c3 nonprofit theater arts production company based in the historic Granbury Opera House in Granbury, Texas. Welcome to Acting Up with GTC, the official podcast of the Granbury Theater Company, where we pull back the curtain and give you a behind-the-scenes look at everything happening at the historic Granbury Opera House. Well, all right. Welcome to the Acting Up with GTC podcast. My name is Micky, Shearon.
I'm Matt Beutner.
And we are excited to have you with us on another episode of the Acting Up with GTC podcast. So,
how many episodes is this?
Oh, man.
It'd be fun to...
We're on season 3. And
it's not like we do a set number in a season.
We don't. We generally end up, on average, we do about one a month is about what it breaks out to.
It's got to be.
So we're on. We're up over 50 episodes.
50's coming.
So
we'll do something special for 50
whenever
that appears. Okay.
No,
sorry.
I think we're already over 50.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll look at it.
Yeah.
If you know, let us know. But yeah. So hey, so you're kind of busy right now, right?
Oh man, yeah. Well, I'm pretty busy. No busier than you've been lately. So yeah, we are actually recording this on Thursday, April 30th, and which is the day before all of your Academy
Two-show
stuff.
Academy weekend.
Yeah.
So by the time you're listening, 101 Dalmatians has come and gone with our 8 to 12-year-olds, and 12th night has come and gone with our teenagers. And I hope you enjoyed both of them because you, listener, watcher, you came to both shows.
Yeah.
Right? If not, let me know and we'll get you a video.
There you go.
But anywho, yeah, it's always a fun weekend. It's fun that we get to kind of run the gamut of just entertainment options with our young performers, that we go from full cheeseball nonsense with Cruella de Vil and Canine Crunchies and all kinds of stuff into ultimately also cheeseball nonsense in 12th Night, but at least it's Shakespeare.
It
so
is
there's some
Shakespeare.
intelligence involved.
It's Shakespeare.
But if you came to see the show,
cheeseball.
it's intelligent, but there's also like pirates drinking out of red Solo cups and
there you go.
Beach towels and all kinds of nonsense.
You can't get entertainment like that just anywhere.
Nope.
So, and then of course coming this next week, we start Tech Week for To Kill a Mockingbird, which is our next Broadway production. Tech Week starts on Monday, and we open on Friday, May the 8th. And so, that's coming fast and furious at us.
Yeah,
so
that's your directing gig.
That is my directing gig for 2026, and it's been a great rehearsal process. We are now in our week number 4 of rehearsals, and everything's going great. Great cast and everything, and we're going to be visiting, as a matter of fact, with Matt Victory, who is playing Atticus Finch, and we're going to be visiting with Stevie Morgan, who is one of our kid actors that is playing Scout, and we're going to be visiting with Calvin Lawrence, who is playing the Reverend Sykes, and that's exciting because this is Calvin's not only his first show at the Granbury Opera House with the Granbury Theater Company, his first time on stage ever. Cool. Yeah. So we are very excited about that. But anyway, all 3 of those folks are going to be with us here in just a few minutes. So, what else we got going on other than just finishing Academy stuff by the time people see this?
Academy-wise, we have there's a new website. That we're using.
Okay.
And registration is live for Junior Theater Festival.
Yes.
When in doubt, sign up now.
Yeah.
I just had a conversation with an Academy parent. We start fundraisers. By the time you're watching this, fundraisers have begun.
Yep.
So go ahead and sign up, and you'll make money just by being signed up.
Yep.
And then, whatever. And we can get into all those details at GranburyTheaterAcademy.org/JTF. We also have signups live for our summer camps.
Nice.
Coming soon. Madagascar for the kids and Something Rotten for
Man,
teens.
summer camps will be here before you know it.
It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so much fun.
All right. Well, so all kinds of great stuff going on. And, of course, we've got, in between all of that, we've got not only To Kill a Mockingbird opening May 8th, but then we've also got our next tribute concert is coming up at the end of May. And that's going to be our weekend with our Queen tribute.
Right.
They're
Queen
called Queen Nation, and they are fantastic. And so we feel really honored that we are still even able to get them here at the Granbury Opera House, because they routinely sell out 20,000 seat venues.
That's awesome.
Like right here in our area, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, they're selling out 20,000 seat venues. So, with the Granbury Opera House and our humble little 270 seats, they got to do a lot of shows before they equal what they can do in one. So we do feel blessed that we are able still to have them, a band of that, that is that popular. Yeah. Because frankly, all of our bands that we have here are good enough to be that popular, but this particular band just seems to have kind of exploded over the last few years. Cool. And so so that's coming up. Won't even try to guess the exact dates. I think it's May 30th and 31st. Only 2 shows.
29th and 30th.
29th and 30th. There you go. It's only 2 shows. It is a Friday night and a Saturday night. There is not a Saturday matinee. So if you go online to look for tickets, that is not a mistake. Don't call and say, hey, I can't find your Saturday matinee show. Well, that's because there's not one. So only Friday night, Saturday night. That's coming up at the end of May. You don't want to miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we go right into Legally Blonde.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
They started rehearsals this week.
Yeah, they did. And so, it's nonstop action around here at the Granbury Opera House. And, you got anything else before we take a quick break and pay a couple of bills?
I got a bunch of questions about To Kill a Mockingbird, so let's get to it.
Okay, let's do it. All right. Well, with that, we're going to take a quick break, pay a couple of bills, and when we come back, we'll be joined by cast members from Granbury Theater Company's upcoming production of To Kill a Mockingbird.
Hey, this is Micky Shearon, talking to you today about my buddy Joe Jones with 5P Roofing and Construction. 5P Roofing and Construction is your local roofing and general contracting company. They specialize in residential and commercial re-roofs and insurance claims. I've used Joe myself, and I could not recommend him more. Give Joe a call today at 817-608-7663 for a free quote. And be sure to tell Joe that you heard about it on the Acting Up with GTC podcast.
All right, we are back on the Acting Up with GTC podcast. My name is Micky Shearon.
I'm Matt Beutner.
And as promised, we are joined by 3 members of the cast from our upcoming production of To Kill a Mockingbird. And let's start over here on my far left. Introduce yourself and tell us what character you're playing in the show.
I'm Stevie Morgan, and I play Scout Finch.
Okay.
I'm Calvin Lawrence, and I play Reverend Sykes.
I'm Matt Victory, playing Atticus Finch.
All right. So there you have it. We have 3 of our cast members, and so we are recording this on Thursday, April 30th. And so we start our Tech Week on Monday, and then we open next Friday, May the 8th. So yeah.
So how are we all feeling right now as we are about to head into Tech Week? We'll start with Matt.
I feel great.
Cool. Why do you feel great?
Because I learned all my lines.
Okay. You know what? That's a reason to feel great, because
that's good.
There's a lot of lines.
Yeah. Everything else is someone else's problem.
Yeah. Calvin, what about you?
Well, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel because this is my first time doing this, but at least I don't have as many lines as Matt or Stevie, and I feel good about that. So I guess I can feel good about that.
Yeah, yeah. And Stevie, what about you?
Kind of stressed because I'm in 3 shows right now.
Yeah.
So, like, it's been hard learning my lines, but like Matt, know all of them, so.
Well, Micky told me a story about y'all's line through the other night. I think what he said, I'll just go ahead and, make it feel good. He said it was the most impressive display of like line knowledge that he's ever seen. So, Stevie, what were some of the things you were doing while they were doing the line through?
So, like, while we were doing the line through, I was really tired.
Uh-huh.
And I went, and there's like this big green duck. Like, there's like this big green duck stuffed animal.
There's a big stuffed green duck.
It's about the size of her, actually.
Yeah, it's huge. And I was really tired. And first I grabbed a coloring book, and me and Tanner, who plays Dill, we were just coloring the whole time. And then eventually I was like, okay, I'm getting tired. And I grab a blanket, I grab a safety pin and pin it, that way it doesn't fall off. And then I grab the duck, and I just like fall asleep with a lollipop in my mouth. But also, my eyes are closed, and I'm just saying my lines.
I was going to say, because the thing about it was, he told me that he kept waiting for you to miss, he being Micky, kept waiting for you to miss lines while you were coloring or looking like you were asleep. But you said you didn't miss hardly one.
I think you only had to call for like maybe 1 or 2 lines. But so we start, and I'm looking around the circle. We're sitting in a circle, and most of the adults, I think I can speak for pretty much, most of the adults are like sweating drops of blood. I can tell, just like trying to generate their lines, to their memory. And here's Stevie sitting over here. She's coloring, and every time she gets a line up, she doesn't even stop coloring. It's like blah, 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 blah. She'll go back to coloring. Oh, blah, 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 blah,
back to
blah.
coloring. She never stopped.
Yeah, she never stopped. She never stopped. And the one time that she had covered up in the blanket and had was folded over on the stuffed duck, Mia actually was my assistant director, Mia Vantime. She actually leaned over to me and she said, "Is Stevie asleep?" And I looked and I said, "I think so," because her eyes were closed and she wasn't even moving. And I swear to you, like 10 seconds after that, one of her lines comes up, and she didn't even open her eyes, and she says her line. I thought, okay.
Because I was so tired, so I was like half asleep while saying my lines.
But
Wild.
well, it was. I was not kidding. It was probably one of the more impressive, things I've seen in a rehearsal in quite some time. So, but that's the blessing of a young brain, right? I don't know why I looked at Matt when I said that. Because But so okay. Well, so y'all feel obviously like things are going well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's go around and let's get to know our characters a little bit. So, starting here with Matt. Tell me about Atticus and kind of what's your read on Atticus Finch? What makes him stand out?
Atticus is a recently widowed father of 2. He's almost 50, and he has very strong moral conviction and dedication to the truth. So he's very big on his person in court is the same as his person at home and in real life. He's the same person throughout. In fact, they reference this in the script at one point because the other lawyers behave a certain way in court, but Atticus is the same every time. Obviously, it's well known as arguably Gregory Peck's most iconic role. So when people picture Atticus Finch, they picture Gregory Peck with the iconic Atticus Finch glasses and a suit. So I expect the audiences are expecting something like that. But good news is I've been wearing glasses and a suit for a long time.
There you go. That's not a bit for you.
Yeah.
That's a normal life. Yeah.
Well, and you've been at this acting thing for like a long time.
Since high school, never stopped.
Yeah. So what's it like, because you've got other experience in this, I'm sure, what's it like doing kind of your version of a role that people have kind of a preconceived notion of what it looks like?
Yeah. So anytime this comes up, and it does come up, just last year I was performing here in Singing in the Rain.
Yeah.
In arguably Gene Kelly's most iconic role.
Yeah.
And so when you know the audience is going to come in with this picture. You want to be true to that without trying to do an impression. So I'll spend a lot of time watching the film, studying the actor, watching any extra stuff I can find, like the actor talking about the role later and interviews and whatnot, to try to really sort of understand their interpretation of the character. But then after that, I keep that in mind when working on it, but I still try to do the role the way I would with that as the inspiration. Because I could get up there and do an impression of Gregory Peck, but it's not going to feel as convincing. It might sound more like him, but it's not going to feel as convincing. So instead, it's more like take his interpretation, use that as my inspiration, but then just let my version of it come through.
Yeah.
So it's a mix. Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. Right on. Well, and then to Calvin. So this is your first show that you've ever done. But first, tell me about the Reverend. What makes him stand out?
Well, I guess I have to give you a little bit of background in terms of even maybe Micky, and I can do a short version
of
Micky getting me to do this role. He had someone fall out, but I think he either had a knowledge of a book that I wrote, or someone told him about it. And in the book that I wrote, The Happy Leader, I reference To Kill a Mockingbird. And one of my favorite, and I shared this with Matt the other night, favorite quotes, I have several of them, but I love the movie, I love the book. It's a lot about my mission in life in terms of looking at people and not judging and prejudging people, making sure that you try to walk in their shoes, you try to, slip into their skin if you would, and try to figure out how they are. That's hard to do, but if you start doing it over a lifetime, it becomes a lot easier, and you don't become prejudgmental with people. The Reverend Sykes is a character, and neat thing about it is Micky had us watch the movie. I hadn't watched it in years, but it brought back some memories, and now you look at the movie differently. I think we all did, some of us who had watched it before, because you're looking at your part, you're looking at the person, and he's a calming person, calming effect, a community leader, someone who's trying to make a difference for his community, which is the black community at that time. And that was a difficult situation, but he was that person that everyone wanted to go to, calming, along with Calpurnia, just the person that they all respected. So it's a neat role from that standpoint. I wish I could one day become that respected in my community. That'd be a neat thing. But he does the role, not have a lot of interaction, but here's one thing, and I'll end with this.
Yeah.
Most of his interactions are with the kids, and I love it from that standpoint, because he's got Scout, he's got Jim, he's got Deal. They're in the courtroom, they're in the balcony, and so there's some neat interactions just with those kids, and that part, since I'm a lifetime educator, that part is fun too.
That's cool. Well, I mean, and I know you said you want to wrap up, and I have a question. So, how does because you have a career as an educator?
Yes.
How does that kind of help you in acting on stage for what's kind of the first time? Or I guess does that have how much of your real life experience are you drawing on for those education moments?
I think, Matt, good question. A lot of just real life. How would I have been in 1935, 36? And I have my father, who passed away, was born in 1914. So he experienced that time frame. So I kind of put myself maybe in his shoes, some other minister's shoes. I don't know if I could put it in my education shoes, but in a walk with, when you're working with kids, you relate to them in a different way. You get on their level. You don't go down to them. You stay at their level. And I think that helps me a little bit there too. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, and Stevie.
Oh, no.
So
it's just because y'all had like such great answers, and I'm just going to be like, eh. Yeah.
No, it's going to be awesome. But tell us about Scout.
Well, she's a tomboy, obviously, and she's really like, she defends the people she loves the most. For example, Atticus and Jem and Dill and like that group of people, and she's very like, she stands up for what she believes. Like, she believes her father is a good man. She believes, like, everything. I don't know how to say this. Words are hard. But, like, she stands up for things she believes, and, like, she never, like, hold on. I need to think. She's very, she's always with Jem. She never, like, really leaves his side. They're always together, and, like, she's very, prominent on what she does. Like, if somebody does even, like, the slightest thing to her, not whether it's, like, a good thing or a bad thing, she will, like, for example, with the Cunningham boy, she said, like, one small thing about Atticus, and, well,
she rubbed his nose in the dirt.
Yeah, she rubbed his nose in the dirt. And, like, she's very, like, words. She's like, I'm sorry, I have, like, really bad things with words. But she's always, like, how do I say this? She's always, like, kind, and sometimes she's a little, her mouth moves faster than her brain and says some things that might not seem mean at the time, but they are mean. And she, yeah. That was so
It's a good answer, Stevie. Hey, don't judge yourself.
Yeah.
Good answers. Express
Yeah.
yourself. That's what this is about. But so I'm going to bounce to Micky for a moment.
Sure.
So you've read this book before, right?
A time or two.
How many times?
You really, honestly, I don't even know. I read it for the first time in 8th grade. It was on the required reading list at Harwood Junior High in Herschel's Bedford School District. So shout out Blackhawks, okay? Middle school vibes. But I first saw the movie when I was 8. My mom asked me if I wanted to stay up late one night and watch the movie, and late being after 10 o'clock. And so, even at that young age, at the age of 8, I was way too young to understand all of the concepts and implications of that story. But what it did do, even at 8 years old, was kind of ignited a sense of awareness of social consciousness about me, that the world we lived in at that time. I was 8 years old in the late 60s, and so it made me realize that we lived in a world where there were some people who felt like they were better than others. There were classes of people in people's minds, and so there were some who were important, some who weren't. There were some who were on the inside, and there were some on the outside. And so it also let me know that there were people who were not necessarily kind in the world, but it also showed me that there were people who were very kind and would go out of their way to fight for the things that they believed in, like Stevie said, and to fight for people who maybe were not viewed as equal at that time. And for an 8-year-old boy, in like 1969, that was kind of a revolutionary thought. It was kind of an awakening. And then when I read the book in 8th grade, it's like, okay, man, it just kind of, to say, it sounds trite and cliche, but the book really, honestly, I think did kind of change my life. I credit that book and movie, that story, as being a foundational part of kind of who I eventually became. And original question was how many. I've read it at least once a year, every year since my freshman year in college.
Right on.
Yeah, which would have been 1980. And it just became, the reason for that was just because every single time I read it, even though I could almost recite it backwards and forwards, I always find something that I didn't see before, or something hits me a different way. So.
Sorry, I talked over you
that's
there.
right.
I was going to say, is there anything that you've found now is this the first time you've directed it?
It's the first time I've directed it. I've done the show 3 times, and the most recent 2 times were one was in high school, and so I don't count that one. But
hey, high school theater matters.
Oh,
And
well,
that's what
yeah,
I do.
it does, but not. Maybe it didn't were at my high school, but anyway, I did it here. Actually, I played Atticus in 2015 in Granbury Theater Company's production of it, and then did it again at Plaza Theater Company in Cleburne in 2018, and played Judge Taylor that time. So, but my first time to direct.
So was there anything, you talked about how you find something new every time you read it. Did you find anything new directing it this time?
There are always just little nuances. When you are as familiar with a story as I am this one, there are still little nuances. And of course, the stage adaptation is a little different than both the book and the movie. I think the stage adaptation tracks the movie a little closer than it does the book. But the nuances, especially in relationships like between Scout and Jim and Atticus, just little nuances about their relationship. It just depends on when you read it or watch it and what's going on in your life at that particular moment, that maybe it'll hit you a different way. But I think directing it this time, you take more of a overall view of things rather than focusing on your character.
Yeah.
And I've just gained a whole new appreciation for what an interesting group of characters that Harper Lee assembled and wrote about. And of course, the whole story and pretty much every character in it is based on real life experiences from Harper Lee's life. So all of these people are probably real people. Maybe she changed the names, but So.
Usually how it goes with stories like
Yeah.
this. Well, okay, so peeking behind the curtain, Stevie has to go be Cruella de Vil in like 3 minutes. So quick shout out, again, by the time this comes out, 101 Dalmatians has come and gone, but Stevie's very busy and doing 2 roles at once. I got a silly question for you. And then is it okay if we make her go away?
Sure.
Then we can wrap up with with us?
Yeah.
So Stevie, you're in 2 different shows right now.
3 shows right now.
3 shows right now. You're right. Well, okay. So between, so how is Micky Shearon's directing style different than Gavin Clark's?
Well,
Considering that Gavin, go ahead.
well, you're talking about 2 completely different shows, Matt.
Yeah.
What do you mean? 101 Dalmatians with 8 to 12-year-olds? Okay, it was a silly question.
I don't know.
Okay, cool. Well, Stevie,
Well,
before
I will say this before Stevie leaves. I will say that we are very, very fortunate to have 3 young actors. Notice I didn't call you kids because as you're actors, and we have 3 young actors who are already kind of amazing me, and they have. This is not easy material. I mean, it's really pretty. The subject matter is pretty deep and pretty heavy, and it's a very dialogue-heavy show. And Stevie, along with Tanner Stanfield, who plays Dill, and Caleb Yates, who plays Jim, they are handling this like the little pros that they are. So I just want to give a shout out to the young actors.
right on.
So
There's one thing, I love this show so much, but there's one thing me and my mom were talking about like a couple nights ago. Atticus is not that old. The whole show, they're like, I don't care if he's 100 years old. He's 50. That's not that old.
well, that's unusual for a kid your age to say, because most of the time, when you're what? Are you 13, 12, 13? No? 11, 10?
11.
11. Okay. Okay. Usually when you're that age, people that are 30 seem like
Yeah.
they're ancient.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, and people of the age of Calvin and I, it's like, yeah, how sad to be your age. You got one foot on a banana peel and the other foot in the grave, right?
And that's one more thing to like about Stevie, because she's saying 50's not old, so maybe a 60-plus guy.
I'm liking
are gonna
that.
be
Yeah.
It's just because I'm used to it because my dad's really old, so.
Oh, shots fired! Shots fired, Dad.
Sorry, Dad.
And with that, Stevie is
Stevie's out.
going to exit to go
All right.
to 101 Dalmatians. Stevie, break
Yeah.
legs tonight as Cruella DeVille, and you know, and then have a great weekend.
I'll try. I don't know if I have any energy.
All right.
Bye, Stevie. Go get in the makeup chair.
Thank
Get your wig
you.
on and stuff.
All right. So thanks to Stevie Morgan for popping in, and it's a very, very busy week for that young lady. So
Didn't realize she was doing star tests too. That's crazy.
yeah. What a great week to have Tech Week for that show.
But okay, so I don't want to say kind of to wrap up, but we'll go here with Matt first. We haven't talked in a while. Why should people come see this show? I know it's a heavy question.
It is a heavy question. It's a heavy show. The very reason that we like to experience art is because we want to feel something. We want to feel emotions of some kind. This show is a very heavy show, but it will make you feel something. It's not your standard fare. It's not what you typically get in community theater or here. But that's even more reason to see it, because you don't get a lot of opportunities to see something that's going to be this hard hitting. It'll bring back some uncomfortable memories of America's past, and it will also remind us that we still have a ways to go, though we have obviously made progress. But ultimately, it'll be a faithful representation of the book and the message the book had, and you get to experience all in one evening with a talented group of actors. Plus me.
Including you. Including both of you. Calvin, same question.
Well, that's the easiest question you've given me
Right
so
on.
far. So now I have my answers already set for this one, because I've been sharing this with people that I talked to about the movie. And so Steve is not here to get her accolades, but Matt is. And what I told my wife was, you got to come not for me, but these amazing actors around me. They're going to make me look like I'm halfway decent. And Matt's got 30 years in the theater. I mean, I don't know how many years Stevie has, but I know I talked to Tanner, and he said he'd been doing it for at least 8 or 10. So, and I'm like, who am I to be among these giants? But that's reason number one. The other one goes to kind of what Matt was saying about the power and the impact of the drama. That it gives you an opportunity, and Micky shared this with me the other night too. It kind of helped me shape this answer. It gives you an opportunity to have a conversation with folks about issues that are difficult, that are tough, but you don't have to come at them with just the standard whatever, how do you feel about racism, or how do you feel about social injustice, or how do you even feel about special populations, because we always forget about Boo Radley, but Boo comes in there, and you got a whole nother deal with Boo if you start thinking about it. It really makes you start thinking about things that happened in the 30s, some of the things, as Matt was saying, that we still have issues with, but we got to keep working on trying to improve them, and it gives us the chance to have that conversation in a polite setting, and we can talk around the movie without having to go at things directly. And I think it really will help. You could do this in any community. In our community in particular, I think it's going to be a good thing for us, and I hope that people will come out and take it from that standpoint.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mickey, the exact same question.
Was talking earlier about, when I first read the book, first saw the movie, I think the most important thing that I learned in my early years of experiencing the story was the statement that Atticus makes about you never really know a person until you climb in their skin and you walk around in it. And so I think that lesson of empathy was one of my earliest lessons that I learned, and that is never something that you can learn too much of. And the message of To Kill a Mockingbird is as relevant today as it was in 1960 when Harper Lee wrote the book, and in 1962 when the movie came out. It is still strongly relevant today. And as Calvin alluded to, and Matt as well, community theater is the perfect vehicle to tell stories like this, because this is at the street level, and people who live in this community come to see the show, and are the big fancy fluffy musicals. They're fun and they're enjoyable, and we all love them and we all do them. But every once in a while, theater needs to be about it needs to hold a mirror up to our face as a community, as individuals, as community, and as a culture. We need to have that mirror held up to us, and so that we can kind of see ourselves, through the lens of that story. And so that's why I think people should come see this show. Matt's right. It's heavy content, but even within the heavy content, there are really sweet moments of this, like the relationship between Scout and Jim and Atticus and Calpurnia. Reverend Sykes' love and passion for his community. So there are really, really strong performances in this show from every cast member. It would be a shame for you to miss the show when it's happening right here at the Granbury Opera House in your town. So please, come check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a mic drop if I ever heard one.
There you go.
So, Micky, you got anything else?
I would just say, get your tickets at GranburyTheaterCompany.org, or you can go online. No, that is online at GranburyTheaterCompany.org, or you can call the Opera House box office at
817-579-0952.
That's
and
right.
if you call soon, it might be one of us.
Yeah, you may actually get to talk to either Matt or myself.
But if it's this voice and something goes wrong with your tickets, my name is Micky Shearon.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to make that joke as long as we're working box office.
That's right. Okay. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. You need to come see Matt Victory. You need to come see Calvin Lawrence in his stage debut. That is always so exciting when you have a brand new actor on stage. He's going to kill it, and we cannot wait. So, come see To Kill a Mockingbird at the Granbury Opera House, opening Friday, May the 8th, running through Sunday, May the 24th. And don't forget those couple of extra Thursday night performances on May 14th and May 21st. Yeah. That's all I got, man.
That's all we got.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break and pay a couple more bills, and we'll be right back on the Acting Up with GTC podcast.
At Mary Jane's Sweet Shop, located on the charming, historic Granbury Square, we're not just a candy store, we're a destination. With the biggest selection of sweets in Hood County, 24 flavors of Bluebell ice cream, and the most delicious milkshakes around, we guarantee you a sweet escape. Quench your thirst with a Dublin soda, or enjoy our exclusive coffees and teas. And while you're here, discover our fun range of toys and novelty gifts. Experience the magic at Mary Jane's Sweet Shop.
All right, we are back on the Acting Up with GTC podcast. My name is Micky Shearon.
My name is still Matt Beutner.
And we are really, really appreciative of our cast members from our upcoming production of To Kill a Mockingbird joining us today. Thank you to Matt Victory, to Stevie Morgan, and to Calvin Lawrence for being with us, just spending some time, taking time out of their busy schedule. I know Stevie has had star tests all week, so I'm sure she is...
right.
Yeah, this is a busy week for her too.
Yeah, well,
So,
star
all
test
the
on
kids.
top of being Cruella DeVille and
yes, yeah. So yeah,
Wild.
quite the assignment that young lady has bitten off, but she is doing an amazing job.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, hope you enjoyed setting the interview with our cast from To Kill a Mockingbird. And again, we open on Friday, May the 8th. So get your tickets. Don't wait. This show will sell very, very well. And I also wanted to just mention again that we are having a couple of special Thursday night performances of To Kill a Mockingbird. That is on Thursday, May the 14th and Thursday, May the 21st. Mm-hmm. So we normally don't have Thursday night performances, but we wanted to add a couple of extra opportunities for people to come and see To Kill a Mockingbird.
Right on.
Yeah. And so that's about...
That's what we got.
That's what we got.
That being
That's what we
said,
got.
I got to get to a tech rehearsal.
You got to get to a tech
I got
rehearsal.
kids coming to the building right now.
Yeah, if it feels like we're being a little rushed today, that's because that is absolutely the way it is. Matt has double tech week, and then we go right into tech week for Mockingbird next week. So so we won't belabor the point. We got to get out here. We got things to do.
But come see these things that we're doing.
That's right. Come see it. And until next time, my name is Micky Shearon.
I'm Matt Beutner, and we'll see you at the Opera House.
Thanks for listening to Acting Up with GTC. To support the podcast, visit our Patreon page, patronize our sponsors, and come join us for an upcoming production at the Granbury Opera House. Subscribe to the podcast anywhere you get your podcasts. And be sure to tell us what you think of the show on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Thanks for acting up with us. See you soon.